SCORE, a guidepost for entrepreneurs. Welcome to Dollars and Cents. My name is Jerry Mace, and today's program will be discussing small business startups and small business development. My guest is David Shiflett with SCORE Chapter 87. David, welcome to Dollars and Cents.
Thank you very much for the time to be here, Jerry.
David, I'm familiar with SCORE, but a lot of our audience may not really know that much about the organization.
Okay.
Can you tell us SCORE, S-C-O-R-E, the acronym, and what it stands for, and what is SCORE's mission?
Okay. SCORE, the acronym, stands for Service Corps of Retired Executives. Its mission is to vibrantly help small businesses through mentoring and education. The vision is to help every person who wants to start a business. Okay? So SCORE's been around since 1964. It was started up in Wilmington, Delaware by a gentleman named Maurice DuPont Lee.
Okay.
Him and some other business-minded individuals got together to start up help counseling individuals that are looking to start a business. Mm-hmm. And it has grown from there. It has grown so much that we have went all over the nation now helping individuals. We have over 350 chapters nationwide, and we have over 11,000 counselors helping individuals. Now, some chapters, they charge for counseling or their workshops. Our local chapter, everything is free.
Free, no charge.
No charge. The mentoring is free and the workshops are free. So we're totally about helping those. And again, everybody that works with SCORE, we're all volunteers. Our local chapter has over 40-some counselors with very diverse backgrounds.
Counselors, what is a counselor? What does a counselor do?
Well, actually we're called mentors more than counselors, okay? And we help mentor people with all the nuts and bolts that goes with starting a business. Whether a person is just starting off or whether a person is already been in business and is having trouble staying in business or looking to take it to the next level. We'll say, for instance, a person who's looking to start a business. Mm-hmm. A lot of people come in and say that they want to start a business today. The question then becomes, what have you done to prepare for that? You know, so you want to make sure that a person answers all the questions before they get started. So we'll work with them. We'll ask them the challenging questions. And we're designed to stay with them till they actually don't need us any longer. A lot of our clients, we stay with them and keep following up with them routinely, even once they're up and running, to make sure that there are no more problems. Make sure that the hard questions are asked. That helps a business stay successful and to help them stay in business.
Okay, that sounds broad.
Yes.
Okay. If someone has a particular, specific issue, can you deal with them on a one-to-one basis?
Yes, we can. Our local chapter, again, having so many different counselors makes it quite unique. I come from a diverse background. I worked as an aircraft maintenance superintendent. I ran a production plant, and I also started my own company as a sole proprietor and grew it to an S corporation. But we have people that are from the corporation background. Mm-hmm. We have people that are from the entrepreneurial background. We have people that have worked in finance with different companies. We have individuals that have been in companies for distributions of products and services. We have people that are engineers, or people that have been managers, or people that have ran large companies. So normally we'll go in and start counseling a person to find out what they're trying to accomplish. But a lot of times, if we don't have the expertise to address what an actual person is looking for, we'll bring another counselor in who specializes in that area.
Okay.
So that way we make sure that the individual has the right help to take them to where they're trying to go. But the biggest thing is the startup of it in the first place. A lot of people don't realize that, you know, do you have a business plan? How can you figure out where you're going if you don't know where you've been? And how much is it going to cost you to do this? How long is it going to take you to do this? What is your market? How are you going to distribute your product or service? Who are you going to distribute it to? So we try to answer these questions, but at the same token, we try to put it in a format that helps a person work within their own confines. A lot of people that come to us, they already have another business, and they're trying to start a new business, and they don't understand what it takes to run a business. So we have templates, tools on our websites, which is score87.org, that a person can go to and get the free business plan template, the free financial plan templates, and they can utilize these to help answer some of the questions. Because when you're actually figuring out how much you're going to cost to do something within your business,
Right.
you know, am I going to be in a brick and mortar? Do I need a website? What is the optimization? How much is all this going to cost? How am I going to accomplish all these things? Well, when you start working on those on your financial template, it helps answer the questions within your business plan. So they work both hand in hand together.
Give the name of the organization again.
Again, it's SCORE. Our local chapter is SCORE87. Our website is score87.org.
Okay.
We represent Volusia and Flagler counties. I am the West Volusia rep. I have another counselor, speaking of which, we are always looking for other individuals who have experiences. I come across people all the time here in West Volusia that have been in business, started businesses, that have retired and have nothing better to do except maybe go out and play on a golf course. Here it is, we have all this knowledge and experience that's just being wasted. So when we communicate with individuals, as I'm going out and about, we're always looking for other individuals to help give back to the business community.
Good. Giving back to the business community. David, history-wise, how did SCORE start? You gave us a little bit about, you know, the date and such as that, but talk a little bit about SCORE Chapter 87, when it started. I believe y'all just celebrated your 50th anniversary.
Actually, we're going into our 51st year, 52nd year. 52nd year we're getting ready to go into. We started in 1965. Our main office is over in Deltona Beach. But like I said, we have offices. We mentor all along the I-95 corridor. And I mentor over here, myself and another gentleman mentor over here in West Volusia. Our website is great. We have some really neat individuals that work with us within our workshops. Matter of fact, one of the individuals that we have working with us, I don't know if you're aware of it or not, you know the little screws that go in the side of your glasses that are always hard to put in place?
Sure, you have to buy the special little...
Well, we have a lady that created that screw with a longer piece to it, so it's easier to line up to go through there. It's called Snap It. And you just put it through there, screw it in, snap it off. She does a workshop explaining how She went through all this, how many years it took her to get it designed, where she went to have it manufactured, how she got it into Walmart, and all the different steps. And she helps people as well. They're looking to come and create a new product and get it to market. So we have a lot of diverse backgrounds within our local chapter. Like I said, we do the 43 workshops over at, in Daytona Beach. We started off this year with 3 here in Deltona, and we're scheduled for 4 next year. The first one is one of the ones that I put on, is how to start a business in Florida. And then later on in the first half of the year, we have another interesting workshop dealing with the different generations. When you sell, market to the different generations, how do you communicate to them is hugely different. The baby boomers look at it one way. Generation X look at it another way. And then when you're communicating with the millennials, that's different again.
Facebook.
So how we market and how we reach out to these individuals really makes a big difference.
Makes sense.
So that's another workshop that we're going to do over here in Deltona.
Okay.
We also work with local business communities through the different chambers, and like I said, through the colleges. Back in September, we had a huge event over at Bethune-Cookman called BizFest.
Yes, I remember that.
Which we had some really neat programs, sort of like speed dating, but speed networking.
Okay.
Where you're talking with different businesses, which was very interesting. A lot of the different students, we had different workshops for people to go through. So we're working on those. That was our first one. We're planning on another one for next year, so hopefully we can take that to another level. So we have a lot of different programs going on, and it's easy to reach out to us. You can call our office and schedule an appointment. It's 386-255-6889 and schedule an appointment to speak with a mentor. Or like I said earlier, you can go to the website. Our website has a lot to offer. The score87.org website. You can request a mentor. You can find out about our workshops, where they're located, when they're going on. You can sign up for them. We have the different tools that a person can utilize. There's different descriptions about some of the different mentors are on there as well.
Okay. David, not long ago, the city of Deltona and the Deltona Business Alliance put on a business forum here in the city, and I know SCORE was invited and you were there. Okay, now you attend a lot of different functions, chambers of commerce such as that. Elaborate just a little bit on that, where folks can actually go to meet with you, talk to you, that type of thing, to start the discussion that in reality they really need to have.
Well, I find it very unique for my position over here in West Volusia. I'm no different than most other individuals. Like I said, SCORE's been around since 1964. Our local chapter's been around since 1965. I'd never heard of them. So there's a lot of people that don't know that SCORE is around as a resource. A free resource.
Free.
Which makes it even better.
That's right.
Through the mentoring and counseling. But I'm trying to make sure that as many people that are out there that want to know about it are aware of what SCORE is and how we're about. Matter of fact, there's a thing where I used to teach that, 40% of businesses fail within the first 5 years, 70% fail within the first 7 years, even though the majority of businesses, small businesses, are the ones who create the new products and services. The SBA says that by utilizing SCORE, you have a 40% chance a better survival rate by utilizing the tools that SCORE has to offer. So that's what I try to do when I'm out and about, communicating through the different businesses, the different universities, trying to get into the different, we're starting to work with the different schools. Those all help people understand what SCORE is about, why we're out here. And then people will sit to me and say, well, what does it cost? Again,
Free.
it's free to help. We want the economy to grow.
Mm-hmm.
By helping businesses grow, it helps our economies grow.
Creates those jobs that are needed.
We, as West Volusia individuals, we have a lot of potential over here to grow businesses, to help the community grow. Deltona has a lot to offer for those individuals that are looking to start a business. There's a lot of potential. It's just like trying to make sure that we all fit together.
Mm-hmm.
So,
David, understanding what you said, tell us, if you would, I guess what I'm looking for here is drill down a little bit.
okay.
All right, you mentioned SCORE puts on this many workshops, and we deal with individuals on this and that and the other things that are needed, and it's free. But talk about just a few of the workshops, or talk about all the workshops for a few minutes like this.
Okay.
What all right, you mentioned starting a business in Florida, marketing to different generations. What are some more of the workshops so people have an idea and they can say, you know, hey, that's one. That's the one for me. I want to go to that workshop. Talk a little bit more about that.
Well, we have one of the ones that's really important that a lot of people don't feel is important, and that's about the finance
Amen.
of your business. We have a young lady that was with the corporate world who puts on a workshop that helps people understand the return on investments. How much am I going to be spending out? Why do I need to track these items? She helps people understand the importance of the so-called bean counters world. And as an entrepreneur, you know, I talk to people all the time that have a great idea, but how much do I charge? Where do I put this business at? How much is it going to cost to put this in? So that in itself is a very important workshop. We have workshops on websites. How do I set up a website? How do I set up a website? Where do I put that website? Meaning, what is my optimization? Do I link it to local chambers of commerce? So the technology within our business world today has changed dramatically. So even though we're talking about websites, how to design them and how to use them for marketing, another one, piggybacking off of that, is on marketing. Who do we market to? What's your target market? Who are you going to address? What is the area that you're going to market to? Are you utilizing paper? Or are you using video?
Yeah, different mediums to go to different generational customer bases.
Correct, correct. So these are some of the different chambers some of the workshops that we're putting on. Obviously, there's a lot more if we're doing 43. Some of them are repetitious. Some of them we only do once a year. Some of them we do more than once a year. Obviously, mine, how to start a business in Florida, we do.
Yeah, repeatedly.
Correct, correct.
People are constantly coming forward with, I want to start a business. I have an idea. I've got some money I can put behind it. Okay, and this happens over and over and over. And these are the people who need everything that goes into it.
That brings up two other questions. The question of, how do I get money to run a business, to start a business, okay?
Yeah.
So, you know, we have a workshop on that as well. the how to run a business, how to start a business. That's part of the reason why I'm out marketing to the different areas, to make sure that the local individuals understand that we have these resources out there to help them, that we're out there. Okay, so when we market with them, a lot of the stuff that I bring up in the workshop, a lot of times a lot of the information is brought up when we do the one-on-one mentoring. Because again, for the most part, our mentoring is one-on-one, at least initially. So, and we as mentors, we have special training that we have to go through on how to communicate with people. Okay. Where do we take it? How do we communicate with them? Matter of fact, one of the things that we utilize is a thing called SLATE, which is an acronym for STOP, all right? Meaning that when I first got into my industry, the guy that was my mentor said, you never go in with any preconceived ideas, okay? So you want a person comes in, they have this idea, you can't sit there and say, that's dumber than a box of rocks, right? Everybody's idea is a great idea because you don't know where they're going to go with it or what kind of ideas they have with it, okay? The second letter, L, is that we have to listen. We have to listen to what they say. The old saying goes, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. So we need to pay attention. I sit and write notes with all the people that I communicate with because I want to make sure that what they're communicating to me is important to them. So I want to address all those concerns. A is that we advise and we analyze. When we're communicating with people, we want to, like I said earlier, listen intently, and we want to analyze that information. And then we want to assess it. And we want to communicate that back to them. And it's never negatory or derogative. It's about how we can help guide them. A lot of times we go out and we're going to find out what a person's business they're going to try and start. So sometimes we have to go out and do our own homework. We have to look at the resources, okay? And then the T part of SLATE is we're going to test. We want to test what they're actually coming up with. Okay? Who is your target market? Have you went out and talked to them? Have you talked to your competitions? We want to make sure that we address all this, okay? And then the last one is expectations. When are the E for the SLATE is the expectations. What are they going to accomplish and when? Because if we don't set up a timeline to accomplish these things, most of us are very bad about not accomplishing what we need to accomplish.
Work like crazy, but never get anywhere.
So, and again, we'll set up a timeline, we'll follow back up with them in a week, 2 weeks, a month, whatever the case may be. They have homework to do, right? So you want to make sure that we address in stages, because obviously you don't want to give somebody too much that you scare them away. Right? So that's why we work with them. It's not just one appointment. We want to make sure that we address all their concerns, give them homework to do it in stages, so that way we have something to evaluate and see if they're really committed to this business or concern that they're looking to start.
Yeah, repeatedly I've heard, well, not repeatedly, but I've heard on many occasions someone says, I want to start my own business and be my own boss so I can, take as much time off as I want to, when I want to. And wow, having owned a small business of my own, you're there 7 days a week, almost 24 hours a day. There is no vacation time. There is no time off. Being a small business entrepreneur is a brave act.
I know when I first started my business, it was 14, 16-hour days. I worked Monday through Friday, and then on the weekends, I scheduled appointments for the following week.
Exactly.
And a lot of people don't realize the amount of time. Now, obviously, if you do everything right in the beginning, As you grow your business and you get it up and running, you can step back a little bit. But you have to spend the time and the energy to get it up and running in the first place.
Start with. Absolutely.
So,
David, thank you very much for joining us today.
Jerry, it was my pleasure. As always, we are here to serve.
I encourage our audience to reach out to SCORE, find out about the mentoring that is available, and look at the different workshops that are coming up and plan to attend a workshop, especially one held here at Deltona City Hall. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us today on Dollars and Cents. Thank you, SCORE, for being our guest today. We hope you'll join us again in the future for another program.